Okay guys, today at Bernie's Garage we're going to show you how to shorten the LS truck oil pan. Okay, what we have here is an oil pan out of, I'm going to say, a 2002 6-litre LS engine. You have a look at it there now. The pan measures about 8.5 inches deep. So yeah, it's pretty deep. So we'll have a look at what it looks like under an 80 Firebird with a truck pan installed on the vehicle. As you can see there, it's stuck down pretty good. I mean, the cross member ends about right here, and it's all the way down, hung down. I'm sure everybody that has a truck pan into it is always wondering where's the next curb going to be, or the next bit of crown on the road that's going to knock the bottom out of the oil pan. So anyway, we already have one done. So this is one I done for my car last year. It's a same thing. It's another oil pan off of a 6-litre. And what we done, we cut the bottom off of it, and we welded a piece of aluminum plate underneath it. As you can see by this, I have two return oil bungs for the turbocharger and an oil drain in it as well. But comparing the two pans side by side, well, here you go. It's a very noticeable difference. So the first thing you're going to say, well, how much do I take off of it? So, you know, we always cheat a little. So we went on to the Holly page, and it shows there, you can see it or not, that it's around 6 inches deep from the top of the rail down to the bottom of the pan. So we come over and we check here. That one there is 8.5. A bit of a rough guess. This one here, sorry. And look, this is just a little bit past 6 inches, like 6.5. But it's easy to make a 6. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to show you how to cut and modify the oil pan, and also we're going to show you how to make the oil pan pickup tube for the oil. We're going to shorten that as well. So it's easy to do. So let's have a look. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, if you look at the bottom of the oil pan, it doesn't sit completely flat on top of the bench. It's because the oil drain plug on the bottom of the oil pan, right here, it actually sticks down a little lower. But that's no problem. We're going to cut it off the bottom of the oil pan. That way the oil pan sits flat on the surface of the table. We're going to have to reuse the oil pan plug, so it has to be cut out anyway. Okay, so I'll fire up the grinding wheel and we'll cut it out, and I'll show you shortly. Okay, so the oil drain plug is now cut out of the oil pan. You can see it's still dirty. It's not like it's we cleaned the oil pan up with a wire wheel earlier, just so we can mark some lines on it. So it's out. So what we do now, we flip the oil pan over. And you can see now it's sitting all the way down on the bench. Okay, so to shorten it, get the right amount out of it, what we have here is a piece of 2x2 square steel. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay it up against the oil pan. And we're going to we're going to mark it all around. So you continue to do that all the way around the pan, and that'll be your mark. I'll fix it a little there. That'll be your mark on how to take your 2.5 inches all the way off the oil pan. So I'll finish marking the rest of that all the way around, and I'll have just cut the bottom off the pan, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so here it is. Pan's cut all the way around, and it's taken off. And as you can see, the windage tray that's in the bottom of the pan is still a long ways from where we're going to put the plate across. You look here at this one, and you can see as well I haven't bolted the windage tray back into it. This one here, we're going to put it in. We're going to put it back in that one as well. So when you're cutting this off, same thing, just use the grinder with a cutting blade in, and it comes across pretty good. Just that when you get over to this area here, a lot of times the blade is cutting from all the way out here, and it's hard for it to reach. So I had to cut, this piece was here anyway, I had to cut down the oil pan down to the bottom where we were, to the bottom line is actually cut, so the blade would reach in far enough. So with it off, you were wondering why when you were cutting through it seemed like it was thicker. So these raised areas here, I'm going to machine them down a little bit as well with the, or cut them down, sorry, with the grinder. Put a straight edge across it. You can see it's going to hook in them, so they actually got to be angled downward with the grinder, because what will happen is when you go to put your plate on, the plate is going to be stuck up right in that area where it's contacting that. So we'll cut them off, trim them back, and then we're going to make the bottom for it. So we'll trim them off, and I'll show you how to make the easy way to make the cardboard template for the bottom, so we can cut the aluminum out. So here's our template, and it didn't fit that good at first, but you trim it down. Tapping it with the hammer will get you in the ballpark, but what I like to do is make the template a small bit smaller than the actual base pan. So when your welder, if you're not welding yourself or if your buddy's welding it, there's a reveal edge for him to weld along the side of it, and it makes it a lot easier. So what you have to do now, take the template, transfer it to the aluminum, trace it out, and then we'll cut it out of the aluminum, and that's it. We'll trace her out, bring her back and cut it out of the aluminum, and we'll come back and see what it looks like. So right now we have the template traced out in red Sharpie. So again, use the angle grinder with the cutting wheel, cut it out. May have to use some type of jigsaw, or be careful with a grinder, or get as close as you can and finish it with a flat wheel. So we're going to cut it out, and we'll test fit it and see how it looks. Okay, so we cut it out. Let's try to see how it fits. So we lay it in place, and we see around here reveal edge looks pretty good. But any of the areas you're looking at where you need to take a little bit off, just get your Sharpie, and if you want a little bit off here, you want to tweak a little bit to get it fitting nice. Maybe take a little bit off here. Get off the bottom too. So yeah, that's all you do is you scribe your marks with the Sharpie along where you want it off to. And if you got it that far, probably the easiest thing to do is use either a flat wheel or use a bench grinder. So you start the bench grinder up, and you just work it a bit, and you trim off what you don't need. And you try it back and forth on the pan until you get it fitting the way you like, and when you're happy with it, we'll just get when you're happy with it, we see where we're going to put this too, the drain plug, and we also have to do a pickup tube, but the pickup tube is not hard to do as well. So let's tweak the measurements and where we have the Sharpie put to, and we'll be right back. Okay, so remember this guy we have here for the drain plug. So what you want to do now is cut your drain plug around here, and you'll want to clean all this old metal up around the sides, so we go around that way. Okay. So when you get that done, I already done another one there already. So when you get that done, what you're going to end up is like this. And so it's all trimmed up. I got it rounded out a little bit here. What we're going to end up doing then, we'll stick him in the vise, and we'll end up just putting a little step into him all the way around there, so it's a little bit smaller. And then we'll cut a hole in the pan, and we'll drop that down the pan, and it'll be brought up in the shoulder of it. So I'll just grind it out there now, and then we'll show you what it looks like. So okay, we got the grinder, went around here, come down, put a shoulder onto it, you can see there, and we actually took the foil, smoothed it out around, cleaned up a little bit, and they'll go in up into the bottom of the base pan. So we'll come over here, and where we usually put it is probably in the back here. So I'll probably put there. We put a step bit onto it and sink her down into it. So we'll do that now and see how it looks. Okay, so the base pan, have our plug, hole drilled in the bottom of it. So if you want this recessed down a little bit more, you could actually groove it out and lower it down into it, or you can weld it and foil the piece flat onto it and sink this up another 1/8 of an inch or so if you wanted to.